Hello, my loves. It's Vlogmas Day 5. And today I want to talk about the spiritual meaning of Christmas, okay? Um, for those of you who don't know, I am Shawnee of 11 Moons. I am a psychic, I am an astrologist, and I am a healer, okay? I do all types of energy healing. I'm a massage therapist. I do Reiki. I have training in hypnosis, and I'm a meditation facilitator and teacher. I'm currently going through a yoga training, so my healing hat goes under several umbrellas, but essentially I'm a healer, I'm an astrologer, I am a psychic. If you would like one-on-one services with me, you can visit 11moons11.com. That's 11 the word, moons plural 11.com. Make sure that regardless of whether you want to book a one-on-one service with me or not, you subscribe, thumbs up the video, and leave a comment to let me know that you were here so that YouTube can put me out into the algorithms and pull other people into my videos. Please and thank you. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, I'm gonna go ahead and jump into it because I don't want to make this video too long. So everybody that is Christian celebrates Christmas, right? Everybody that is Christian celebrates Christmas, and the representation in the Christian community of Christmas is about the birth of Jesus, okay? Y'all know that I don't subscribe to religion. I am a spiritual person. If I did have to pick a religion that I 100% am all into, believe in, subscribe to, it will be Kabbalah. But Kabbalah is not really a religion. Kabbalah is a spiritual system. And so I don't refer to it as such, okay? So I just want to get that out of the way, just to let you guys know. However, my family is Christian. My wife's family is Christian. My wife is Christian, okay? And so there are certain things that I observe as far as, I won't even say things that I would observe. There's certain things that I incorporate into my life that come from the Bible, essentially, not necessarily from the religion of Christianity. But that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day, okay? I just wanted to preface everything that I'm going to say with that. So if you're someone who is more of a religious person and you don't want to hear me talk about the actual meaning of Christmas, and mind you, I'm not about to go into some story about the sinister aspects of Santa Claus and all that. This is not about that. This is about the natural cycles of our planets and the real meaning of Christmas and how that ties in, okay? So let's just get into it. In the pagan tradition, Christmas is Yule, or some people say Yule. It's Yule. It's a festival that essentially celebrates winter solstice. As you know, on winter solstice, we have the longest night of the year, and then the sun is reborn, okay? The sun is reborn, the actual sun in the sky, okay? Yule marks the moment when the sun reaches its lowest point in the sky. After that, the days grow longer, and the return of light and longer days comes back to us after we've been kind of in this dark space, okay? Some symbols that are associated with Yule, which are also associated with Christmas: evergreen trees, that's where we get the Christmas tree from. The Yule log, so burning a log in the fire, symbolizes the return of the sun's warmth and light, as well as protection for our homes. A lot of people will burn a fire on Christmas night for a tradition. Also, the feast aspect of it, where we have the big meal with our family. It celebrates, the abundance and the harvest and how far we've come and the community we've fostered during these cold months, how we decided to come together as we should be. Some of us are not in this modern world, but essentially that is what this time is for. Also, renewal and rebirth. It's a time to reflect on personal growth, shed any old habits that you don't want to bring into the new light with you. Much like the nature's process of renewal when it comes to spring, this is our time for renewal because we haven't quite hit spring equinox, right? Some things that you can do, well, before I even get into that, okay, before I get into some things that you can do to observe this energy, I will say that the original Christmas story where Christ is born in a manger, and this return of righteousness and purity to society is represented. It's kind of the same. It's kind of the same thing. So when spiritual people say that you guys are celebrating pagan holidays and you don't even know it, these are just facts. And I'm not saying that anything is wrong with it because I'm a hoodooist. I practice certain aspects of paganism. I wouldn't consider myself a pagan because there are certain pagan beliefs and practices that I do not agree with. But nonetheless, I'm a hoodooist, and some people will call me a witch, and I do believe in following the seasonal festivals that go along the wheel of the year because y'all know I'm an astrologist and I believe in the planets and the stars above all else because it hasn't steered me wrong yet. And it always is indicative of not only what's going on with me personally as it relates to my stars and my transits and how the planets are affecting me, but collectively for us as a society and with history. The way that things have played out has a lot to do with how the planets are moving, okay? And the same thing happens here, essentially the belief with Yule is that the moon gives birth to the sun. And the moon is the mother, the sun is the paternal aspect, not necessarily the paternal aspect, but the sun represents masculine energy, the moon represents feminine energy, okay? So the moon gives birth to the sun during winter solstice after the longest night of the year, okay? And that's essentially what we're celebrating. You can set up an altar for Yule to kind of enhance some of these energies. You can get red, white, and green candles, or red, white, or green candles, evergreen tree bunches, or a small evergreen tree, Christmas tree decoration can be considered an altar for Yule. You can light candles. You can set out certain foods for harvest. You can reflect on rebirth, renewal, and the return of light. You can offer gratitude for the past year and set out offering for your ancestors. Set intentions for the year ahead. Recite a prayer or a poem that resonates with the season. Expressing your hopes and desires for the coming month. What do you plan to bring, for the coming seasons? What do you plan to bring into the light with you as we go through this dark period, okay? So I just wanted to come and bring y'all that because I talked a little bit about that in my last video, and I wanted to clarify the representation. Essentially, that is what it represents. I could go into a lot more detail, but I don't want to confuse y'all, and I do want to give a Yule reading in this video, so I am going to do that. I have created a Yule tarot spread. Before I get into that, I'm going to share a scripture with you guys that I feel like is fitting for this time to carry, and an affirmation that you can carry, okay? The scripture is from Ecclesiastes, and it's Ecclesiastes 3, verse 1 through 2. There is a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to uproot, okay? This scripture speaks to the cyclical nature of life, reminding us of the natural ebb and flow of the seasons, just as winter solstice reminds us that just as much as we get pushed and pulled into the darkness, the light does come, okay? So I would encourage you to meditate on that scripture for this season. An affirmation that you can carry throughout this time is, I embrace the darkness, knowing it holds the promise of new light. I welcome renewal and growth in every aspect of my life. Okay? I'm going to say that again. I embrace the darkness, knowing it holds the promise of new light. I welcome renewal and growth in every aspect of my life. Okay? Carry that with you as an affirmation. This tarot spread, you guys, is 5 questions. Okay? 5 questions, 5 questions. So let's get our cards out and see what is given. Okay? Hey, mambo, mambo, de amo. Period. I like what I'm seeing. All right, let's get some oracles. I was like, where is my oracle deck? But it's all the way back here. And y'all, listen, okay? Whatever you want to celebrate and observe is for you. So don't let anybody talk you into doing certain things or not doing certain things that you want to do for your family as it relates to tradition and celebration and whatever. Like, it's your life, it's your happiness, it's your heart, it's what you want to tap into, okay? And that's your business. I think as a society, we have a bad habit of telling people what they should and shouldn't do, and what they should and shouldn't be celebrating, and who they should and shouldn't be standing with. And I just feel like it's not our place to tell people what they should have as tradition. It's just not. I don't care what the tradition is. It's just not our place, okay? At the end of the day, good and evil will always exist. There will always be dark forces just as there are light forces. And this is just something that we have to deal with. And you have to decide what you're going to do for you and for your family. Nothing else really matters, because the more that you focus on that and the more that you become right with you and your light is shining, the world around you will feel that. Okay? And that just is what it is. I'm going to leave that there. You did not create me to worry. You did not create me to feel. You created me to worship daily, so I'ma leave it all right here. And no more crying, no. Your will you, Lord, I will put my trust in you. Okay. Let's get into it, y'all. Get into it, y'all. All right, so first question. What aspects of myself need nurturing and attention during this season of darkness and renewal? Okay, we have the clown or the fool. Y'all see that? We got this oracle that says, don't focus on monetary issues. Focus on spirit. And from my 11 Moons Oracle, okay, we have the Karmic Completion card come through. So, what does that mean in relation to the question? First of all, you need to focus on the humanitarian aspects of yourself. The Fool represents Aquarian energy. It's very much like, I'm here, I have a purpose, but I also have free will. And it's okay to explore. It's okay to be curious. It's okay to have fun. It's okay to bumble around and make mistakes sometimes. That's how we grow. Okay? That's a part of being human. So you allow yourself to be a fool. Not necessarily being stupid or foolish, but allow yourself to be curious. Allow yourself to be adventurous. Allow yourself to be explorative. Allow yourself to be silly. Allow yourself to be creative. Okay? Don't focus on monetary issues. Focus on spirit. Don't focus on the flesh and what you see in front of you. Focus on what spirit is leading you to do. Focus on what spirit is calling you to. Focus on your ancestors and the road that they paved for you to have the freedoms that you have today. Okay? Focus on what God has in store for you and how you can connect better with the God within you. Okay? That's what needs attention. Your relationship with your higher self, your relationship with God, your relationship with your inner child and your creativity and your curiosity. Okay? Another thing, as it relates to the karmic completion, let that old shit go. You went through it, you learned a lesson, you dealt with the consequences, and now it's okay to move on. You don't have to keep recreating those situations over and over and over and over and over and over again through different people, different circumstances, and different environments. And some of y'all have been doing that for years. Let it go. You already had a child with a person who wasn't for you. Why you go and do it again? And then again? You already stayed in a relationship with somebody who didn't value you. Why you go and do it again and again and again? You already went through the trauma and drama with your family as a child. Why are you continuing to expose yourself to that as an adult instead of building a new tribe for yourself? You already decided that these friends that you had weren't necessarily your friends unless they needed something from you. So why do you continue opening yourself up to them, knowing that they cannot give you what it is that you need, which is validation and acknowledgement? Why? Let it go. Okay? You already completed the karmic cycle. I have a numerology deck. In this deck, the number 10 is karmic completion. Okay? And I want to read the message in here that it says, even though I didn't even pull the card from this deck. I pulled it from my deck. Okay? But this card indicates the end of a karmic lesson or cycle where you've successfully cleared a contract or debt from your past. This could refer to a challenging situation you've recently conquered in your life or a troubling experience with an individual that involved a great deal of effort or pain. Even though there are ongoing lessons to confront throughout the course of your life, you will never have to experience this particular lesson again. This card also represents the Wheel of Fortune, where whatever goes up must also come down. Just as the tides are constantly ebbing and flowing, you are being encouraged to adapt to both the highs and lows in your life. For it is in your ability to adapt that you will make your dreams come true. By stating this too shall pass in the face of each and every experience, you will remain centered, grounded, and stable. In order to better your current situation, you are being asked to adjust to and harmonize with the natural rhythm and cycles of your life, cycles that have cleared you of a karmic debt from your past. So pat yourself on the back and acknowledge your efforts and achievements. By continuing to face your challenges head on and treating others with love and respect, you will be rewarded beyond your wildest dreams. There's an affirmation. It says, I clear debts from my past and create a happy, harmonious life. Okay? I don't know why I felt the need to read that to y'all, but that message leans into what I said. Okay? Let it go. You already went through it. You cleared the debt. Stop recreating that stuff because you can't let it go. Let it go. Okay? Next, what habits, beliefs, or situations am I being called to release in order to invite new growth and transformation? What habits, beliefs, or situations am I being called to release in order to invite new growth and transformation? We got the Knight of Cups or the Sun of Water here. Okay. We got trust your intuition. And we got the Angelica root card come out from the 11 Moons deck. What does that mean? Okay. The habits and beliefs that you're being asked to release. One, romanticize your life. Stop making everything so damn practical, serious all the time. The beauty of dreaming and being able to dream, the beauty of being a human is we have the ability to create things. Okay? You have the ability to think a thought and then bring it to life. Well, some of us do. So every time you negate your ability to be a creator, every time you negate your ability to romanticize your own life, every time you negate your ability to tap in with your intuition and move, act, and create from intuition alone, and trust that you're protected and divinely guided in that, you're doing yourself a disservice. So the habit is not listening to your intuition, taking things too seriously, not allowing yourself to dream. The belief is life is boring. Nobody really loves me. I don't deserve to be happy. I don't deserve pleasure. Okay? The situation is everything is crumbling. Everything that's right in front of me is absolutely 100% the way it is, and there is no other way. That's what you need to release, okay? And in place of that, you need to put the fact that your intuition is all-knowing and it's all-powerful. And the more and more that you trust it, exercise it, and lean into it, the more it will work in your favor and to your benefit, because you'll realize what's really your intuition versus what's your ego. Okay? Romanticize your life. Dream. Embrace pleasure. Embrace creativity. Step outside of the box. Stop listening to people and what they think you can do. Stop listening to your experiences as far as what you've done already. Anything is possible. Okay? Literally. Anything is possible. It's just a matter of making a will and a way out of no way. All right? Angelica is a root that represents angelic properties. So represents peace, tranquility, prosperity, protection, calamity. Embrace those concepts, babe. Let go of the chaos. Let go of the need to feel like I have to be in defense mode all the time. You're protected. You are heavily protected, divinely guided, and highly favored in all that you are and all that you do. That's the belief that you need to take with you in place of the beliefs that I mentioned earlier. All right, moving right along. What opportunities or potentials are present in your life right now, waiting to be nurtured and cultivated? You got the Mother of Air or the Queen of Swords, okay? We got Lilith, okay? And then we got Temperance, all right? So what does that mean? What does that mean? What opportunities or potentials are present in your life right now, waiting to be nurtured and cultivated? Well, first of all, the potential for higher learning, higher knowledge, higher ability to connect with people, higher ability to use the tools around you, such as technology, thought, communication, to fuel your purpose, okay? That's what we get with the Queen of Swords. Also, another thing, the ability to set boundaries, the ability to emotionally detach from things that you don't need to be emotionally invested in, okay? Some opportunities. Temperance represents a sense of spiritual balance and understanding, okay? So as far as potential and opportunity, that's exactly what is given. Balance, understanding, validation, discernment. With Lilith, you got the opportunity to rebel against what is not working for you, to move into what you actually want. You have the opportunity to be authentic in yourself. You have the opportunity and potential to activate your feminine power to work for you instead of working against you. You have the opportunity to defend yourself and be powerful in doing that. Not only powerful, but also protected in doing that. Okay? Also with Lilith, Lilith represents transformation and rebirth. So you have that opportunity as well. So what's waiting to be nurtured and cultivated? Your relationship with spirit, one, Temperance, Lilith, and the Queen of Swords definitely bring that marriage of relationship with spirit needs to be nurtured and cultivated. Two, your mind. Your mind needs to be nurtured and cultivated. What you don't know, you can always learn, research, and find out. So what's stopping you from doing it? And don't say you don't have time. Because if you have time to detach and disassociate from the day by sitting in front of the TV for hours at a time, if you have time to sleep for 8 hours, you have time to meditate. You have time to study whatever spiritual system you want to get into. You have time. You make time for what's valuable and important to you, just like you make money for what's valuable and important for you. And it's up to you to do that actively as you need to. Okay? Another thing that's waiting to be nurtured and cultivated is your heart. Some of y'all need to improve your heart posture. You're detached from things that you need to be attached to when you're attached to things that you need to detach from. You need to take emotional assessment and get your heart posture together so that you can like yourself again. Some of y'all love yourselves, but you don't like yourselves. You don't like who you are right now in this season. And it's okay to feel like that. I'm not convicting y'all for feeling like that. I'm telling you, don't stay in that place. How can you deepen your connections with loved ones and community during this time of togetherness and celebration? We got Jupiter, we got fast, all you need is water. We got the Sun of Fire or the Knight of Wands, okay? First of all, being fun, being creative, being impulsive and adventurous, okay? That's one aspect. Being expansive, traveling, going and actually connecting with people who you actually like. And not just because of what they can do for you, but because of who they are and what you can learn. Okay. Also with Jupiter is all about like higher knowledge that leads to expansion. So the more you know, the more you can teach, the more you can connect. If you need to learn something to be able to connect better with the people around you, do it. If you need to go to a new place and observe a new culture to be able to connect better with the people around you, then do it. If you need to fast and detox your body for 3 days, 7 days, 10 days, 20 days, 30 days, 40 days, however long, to release some shit that's been locked up within you, do it. Whether that means you're gonna water fast, whether you're gonna fruit fast, whether you're gonna eat fruits and vegetables, whether you're gonna give up meat, whether you're gonna give up sex, whether you're gonna give up television, I don't care what you give up, that's your business. But fast. And I would recommend that everybody, regardless to what these cards say and what this reading is about, y'all need to be fasting at least quarterly if you're not fasting every month. And I mean like doing a fruit fast or a water fast. Because we all need to detox. It's not only good for our bodies, but it's good for our mind. It's good for our spirit. And with all this shit floating around on this earth that we're living in, we all need to detox. We do. So I would recommend that fully and wholly. Courage, adopting passion, embracing your creativity and letting it really lead you. Understanding that sometimes it's not about chasing, it's about attracting and aligning. Okay. Embracing your confidence in your abilities, knowing that you have the heart that you need to manifest the type of connections and foster the type of community that you want, and trusting yourself to be able to do that. Okay, those are some ways that you can deepen your connections with your loved ones. Another thing that I would say is please be compassionate and please be understanding. Not everybody is going to be at the point of growth that you're at. And guess what? It's okay. Not everybody is going to be at the point of understanding that you're at. And guess what? It's okay. Not everybody is going to want the things that you want or agree with the things that you say, support you in the ways that you want. It's okay. It doesn't mean that you have to shun people out. And me as a Capricorn, Sun, Scorpio, Rising, Leo, Moon, I have to tell myself that often, because guess what? When things don't go my way and people don't do what I want them to do, the first thing that I want to do is withdraw. The first thing that I want to do is withdraw and just shut down. But that's not always the answer. Okay? It's just simply not. And sometimes you have to keep your energy invested in order to get to the other side of the rut. You can't just withdraw and isolate and then expect everything to be okay when you decide to rejoin the world. Because guess what? You're going to eventually be triggered again. And you need to learn how to better navigate those triggers, because you can't control other people. You can't control what happens around you all the time, but you can control yourself. And if you learn how to manage your triggers, if you become more aware of what makes you tick and what you can tolerate and what your boundaries are, then you have a better opportunity of being able to deal with those triggers, deal with those situations as they may arise. Because let's just keep it a buck. Do we all love our family and connecting with our family on the holidays? Most of us do. But is it always easy? No. Is it always fucking rainbows and sunshine? No, it's not. And so instead of going in it with the mindset of somebody gonna say something to me that I don't want them to say, somebody's gonna comment on my weight, somebody's gonna be judging me. Like, instead of going into it with that mindset, just have the mindset that I'm gonna connect with my family, we're gonna laugh, we're gonna love each other, Everything might not go peachy keen, but it's gonna be okay. Okay? It's gonna be okay, and I'm going to enjoy myself because I deserve that. All right? Embracing gratitude is the last question, and is what blessing or lessons from this past year can you truly be grateful for as you approach this season of rebirth? Okay, we got the Two of Earth or the Two of Discs, we got the solar plexus chakra, and then we got the Hangman. Okay, so let's talk about what this means as far as lessons and blessings. The Hangman is about surrender, stillness, and understanding for the purpose of rebirth. As you guys see, the number 12 is on this card. We are in the 12th month, okay? Sometimes you got to surrender to the stillness. Sometimes stillness is a blessing. Sometimes we equate stillness with stagnancy, and it's not the same thing, okay? Sometimes surrender feels like a punishment, but it is not. It is a blessing, because sometimes we want to be so in control of a situation, and we want things to happen so bad that we end up fucking it up. Because we don't know how to detach, we don't know how to let go, and we're just pushing, not realizing that if we just surrender, the things will put themselves in place. If we just surrender and do what God told us to do what Spirit told you to do what your higher self is telling you to do what your heart is telling you to do what your intuition is telling you to do. And don't worry about what's gonna happen next. Just do it and surrender. That's it. That's a blessing and a lesson that we need to be grateful for. We need to be grateful for confidence, personal authority, authenticity. We need to be grateful for the ability to use our voice, to use our creativity, to use our passion, to use our confidence and our ambition to connect and to help other people. No matter what you do in your day-to-day work, you're helping other people. Whether you are working at a call center, taking calls every day, letting people know how to fix their account on whatever thing it may be, whether you're a doctor, whether you're a nurse, whether you're a spiritualist, every job that we have helps another human being. That's a blessing. And the lesson in that is I have the ability to serve, but just as much as I serve the world, I serve myself. And I can have confidence in the fact that I am making an impact. I'm making a difference around me. I have a better understanding of myself, who I am and what I stand for. Not because of my job, but just in general, okay? I just wanted to let y'all know I was switching gears. That's a blessing and a lesson. Even though I may feel overwhelmed at times with all the shit that I have to carry, the priorities that I have to juggle, and the things that I have going on, things are changing. Things are changing, and I know it won't always be this difficult. I know I will have the opportunity to drop some of this weight at one point, but the fact that I had to carry this load, it put me in a change, and I needed that change. That change came with some powerful lessons. That change was a blessing, even though it may have been hard for me to accept. Okay? That's the blessings and the lessons from the past year that you can be truly grateful for as we move into this season of rebirth. Postcard from Spirit, because I want to wrap this up. Dearest you, there are times you get lost but refuse to see your part in things. It happens to everyone. Something feels familiar but sort of off. If you're feeling confused, it's best to throw away that map you're using, which only lets you navigate based on your past experiences. That isn't what you need right now. Instead, take a deep breath and open to the truth. A desire to stay in denial means that part of you doesn't want to be responsible for the pattern that's shown up in your life. Yes, this is the right time to wake up and start again. By the way, you will always get another chance. You have unlimited chances to start again. We love you so much. We really do. Be gentle with yourself. Coming out of denial is like being temporarily blinded by super bright lights. Allow your eyes to adjust. Carry on, special one. A beautiful life awaits. Loving you so, so much. Okay? So, sometimes we like to blame the world for our problems. We like to blame other people for what's going on with us. And sometimes it do be other people's fault. Sometimes the world, it is the faults of the world. We all are going through some form of financial crisis because of the rate of inflation. Everybody is. Even if you have money in the bank, you still are having to work harder, go harder, save more just to stay afloat. Because the price of everything is increasing. Our wages and income are not increasing. But the truth of the matter is, we have to be willing to also see our part in things and see how we contributed to getting off track. See how we contributed to pushing ourselves off the path, pushing ourselves into situations that we knew we didn't have no business being in, putting ourselves into, or allowing ourselves to be and act in ways that we know damn well we shouldn't. And once we come out of that denial, things begin to change. And I for sure have a testimony about that for this year. I'm going to save it for another video because there is a video that I'm going to do at some point in this Vlogmas series where I'm just going to talk about my testimony from this year. But child, be gentle with yourself. Give yourself grace. But be honest. Okay? I'm going to leave y'all with that. I hope that y'all have a blessed Christmas, Yule, Kwanzaa, holiday, Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate. I hope that you enjoy it. I hope that winter solstice and this dark period does not deplete you, depress you, or diminish your spirit. And if it does, I hope that the return of the light fulfills, awakens, and inspires you. Always know you are divinely guided, heavily protected, and highly favored in all that you are and all that you do. If no one else has told you, I am proud of you. I love you. I appreciate you. Okay? Make sure that you thumbs up the video. Okay? Make sure that you leave a comment, even if you just say hello, to let me know that you were here. And baby, if these messages are resonating with you, subscribe, share. I appreciate it.